In this video, we are building a full stack AI influencer generator and auto-post scheduler app from scratch using React, Next.js, Luma AI API, Uni-1 and Zernio API. Imagine an app where user can create their own AI influencer, generate high-quality AI visual using Luma AI Uni-1, create social media content and then automatically schedule posts across a multiple platform using Zernio API, all from one dashboard. This is not just another simple AI demo. We are building a real-world AI SaaS project that can become a full enterprise marketing platform where brand can create multiple AI influencer, generate a campaign visuals, automate content creation and manage social media posting at scale. First, user will create AI influencer profile with a name, niche, personality, brand style. Then our app will generate influencer visual using Luma AI Uni-1. So every visual look professional, cinematic and ready for a social media. After that, we'll generate post ideas, caption and content plan for a platform like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Short, X. And finally, using Zernio API, we will auto-schedule those posts across a social media platform directly from our app without manually uploading content one by one. So, if you want to learn how to build this production-ready app using React, Next.js, AI SaaS app with a Luma AI API and Zernio API, this project is going to be super exciting. So let's start building it. To build this full stack SaaS application, we are using a React Next.js. In order to generate all our AI influencer model and the post, we are using a Luma's Uni-1 AI model, which is one of the most advanced and most intelligent AI model to generate the visuals. Then in order to connect all the social media accounts and schedule the post, we are using a Zernio API endpoints. For a database and authentication, we are using a Supabase, and at the end, in order to integrate with the payment gateway, we are using a Stripe payment gateway. Before start building our project, let me walk through the application demo which we are going to build in this video. So if you see, we have this beautiful landing screen which is generated by an AI agent, and I'm gonna tell you how to do it. Over here inside this page, we have all the required section on the landing screen. We use a Supabase for the database as well as for the authentication. So you have option to sign in with the email password, or you can even sign in with any different social media account provider like GitHub, Google. With the help of Supabase authentication, we added this authentication feature inside our app. Now once you sign in, you will jump onto this dashboard page where we have the sidebar with the option like dashboard, model/studio, create post, calendar, account and setting. We also have the footer if you want to sign out. Now on this studio page, you have option to create a new AI model for your social media account, or you can create a new post with the existing AI model. Right now I already have some AI model created, okay, and I can create a post using those model. On the right hand side, you will see the recent activity. So whichever model or post which I schedule, you can open it and you will see the preview when it's scheduled, at what time, and if you want to edit or you want to move this to a draft, you can also do that. Now let's say you want to create a new model. So simply click get started, give the model name, you can select the gender, then the body type. After that, you can select the skin tone, select the age range, then the hairstyle. After that, you have option to select a different vibe, whether it's a street, minimal, luxury, and you can have also option to add your own prompt. So let's say you want to add brown hairs and brown eyes, okay, and simply click generate. On the right hand side, you will see the preview as soon as it generates. Now our application generate two different type of image. One is a portrait and one is full body. And if you see, our AI influencer model is ready. On the top you will see the portrait view, and same girl is in the full body view. So you will see the complete view as we select the slim body type with the age, and the most important, we also select the brown hair and brown eyes. You will see the brown hair and brown eyes for that. Now if you want to edit this one, you can simply edit your prompt, and again you can click generate. We also added a credit system, so we have the free and the paid user option, and based on how many AI model users select, automatically the credit will deduct from their account. Once you are happy with your AI model, you can save your AI model to the studio, and then if I go back to the studio, you will see the new model is now ready. Pretty cool, right? Now I already have bunch of different AI model. Now let's say you want to create a new post, so just click on new post, and then you can select whichever model you like. Once you select the model, you have option to select the platform on which or for which you want to create the post. Now here I have, these are some connected platform like Instagram, Twitter. Whichever platform you connected under the accounts section, those connected account will display on this page. Once you select all the accounts, then select the post format. You want a 1x1 square, landscape, and on the right hand side you will see the live preview. Okay, after that give the campaign name. For example, you want to add energy drink campaign, so I will add a product as energy drink only. Then you can add a post goal, and then you can enter the detailed brief. Okay, what is your post goal? So whether it's awareness, engagement, launch, so you can also mention that. After this you can add a scene location, whether this scene need to be right, so you can say nature, home, abstract, or you can add your own inside the prompt. Then the outfit you can select from the list. Then the lightning style, you have also option to add a prop. Okay, so you can select the prop and it will automatically add to that particular post. After this you have brand type, whether it's a professional, casual. Then select the primary CTA. So as soon as you select, you will see this caption style. You can even update it. After this you can add up to 3 reference images. So Luma Uni-1 also provide up to 9 maximum image references which you can upload. And then once you are happy, you can even add a new instruction if you want to add or something want to change, and then simply click generate post variants, and then it will start generating the post for you based on your model selected. And if you see, it generated the beautiful realistic post for us based on our model. So this is our model, and you will see the reference image. So we just mentioned that we want to show energy ring in model's hand, and that's how it beautifully show. Not only that, but this Luna AI also generate 2 different variant. So if I go to the version 1, you will see this one, and this is the second one. Once you are happy with it, either you have option to save it as a draft, or you can even schedule it directly on social media platform. You have option if you want to schedule now, or you can even schedule it later. Select the date on which you want to schedule, select the time, and then click confirm schedule, and then it will confirm and your post will be scheduled on that selected platform. Pretty cool, right? Now if I go back to the studio again, you will see the recent activity, and inside that you will see the image you want to select and all the details. Anytime if you want to move this to the draft mode, you can move to the draft mode as well if you don't want to schedule it. Now you also have option to create a post from this particular sidebar menu, but under the calendar you will see this beautiful calendar view and all the post which is scheduled. You can view this post, you can edit this post anytime. If you want to add any description, if you want to change date, you can update it as well. If you want to add any new post from the existing draft, you can do that. Select the draft, add a post description, and then simply confirm and schedule it. So you don't need to go back and create everything from the scratch. You can create as many posts you want, keep it in draft, and then you can schedule it later on. From the accounts, you will find an option to connect a different social media accounts with the help of Zernio API endpoint. In just one API endpoint, you can connect to multiple social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and many others. And if you want to manage your all the payment and pricing, you can go to the setting, you will see the free plan, and if you want to join any plan, you can simply click on it, and with the help of Stripe payment gateway, we integrated the payment gateway inside our application. Everything we are going to build it from the scratch. We are going to use a Google Anti-Gravity AI agent to build this application in a step-by-step way. Before start of the application, I'm going to walk through with a complete application workflow so it will be easy to understand at each step, and for each chapter I'm going to show you all the documents, all the application flow and everything throughout the video. If you want to get an access to my any of the courses and the source code, simply go to the TubeGuruji.com, enroll to the any course so that you can easily track your all the course chapter by chapter. Everything is mentioned and added to the TubeGuruji.com, where you can track each chapter. You will get an access to the source code. You can even check the live demo, and you can view same video on YouTube. Also, if you finish your chapter and upload your GitHub repo or upload your files, then you will get a certification of the completion. Recently, I built a AI to-do planner agent app which is called Taskibear, where you can manage your tasks, you can manage your family members' tasks, everything in one app. The link is in the description to go ahead and check it out. You can simply download it for the Android and iOS device. I will put the link in the description. If you want to make the podcast video using AI without showing your face, don't worry, because I created one tool called Short Vidcast, where you can simply upload your photo, 10 seconds of your voice, and then short video cast will do AI magic for you. It will generate beautiful short podcast video, and then you can upload it on social media platform, or you can schedule it as well. The link of this particular app is in the description. You can try it for free. So guys, if you are new to this channel and did not subscribe to our channel, make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to press notification bell icon so that you will not miss any update. You can explore my channel with a lot of different AI based projects. You will find it. Go ahead and check it out. Also, if you really like this video, make sure to press like button, share this video with your friends and family, and then without doing any further delay, let's begin to develop our AI influencer generator and auto post scheduler app. Now first we'll create the React application. So for that we are going to use a Next.js. Next.js is a React framework to develop the web application, and it provides a lot of feature which makes our application development much faster, okay, which is similar to the React, but it's just a framework, okay, so you don't need to worry. So first thing, you just need to copy this command and then open a folder where you want to create a project. If you are using Windows, make sure to open a command prompt at this folder, and then I will just increase this size and type a command npx create next app at latest. Now at latest will install the latest version of Next.js, but if you want to use any specific version, you can simply enter the version number, okay, but we'll go with the latest version. After this, it will ask, do you want to proceed? We'll say yes, and then you need to give a project name. So here we'll say AI influencer, influencer generator, and then hit enter. Then it will ask, do you want to use a recommended default setting, or do you want to use previous setting or customized setting? Obviously, with the recommended one is the default setting, because it will come with the TypeScript, ESLint, no React compiler, Tailwind CSS, and lot of other things. So we'll go with this one, default setting. And if you see, it started installing some dependency like Next, React, React DOM and some dev dependency as well. After installing, you will see your project folder is now ready. Now you need to open a VS Code or Google's anti-gravity. Google anti-gravity is similar to the VS Code, but Google has their inbuilt AI agent added to the VS Code like UI. So it's called a Google anti-gravity. It's free to use, and the most important thing, you can also use an AI agent for free. Okay, so you don't need to pay it for that. So we'll open the Google anti-gravity. I already have the installed one. If you don't have, you can add or install it new. On the right hand side, you will see an AI agent which can open it by just toggling this, or if you want at the bottom, you want on the right, you can simply open it. Okay, and on the left hand side, you can even add a VS Code like extension. So for example, you like an AI agent like Cleanboard, Claude or Google Copilot, you can add any of them. Okay, now obviously first thing we need to open a project folder. So we'll click open folder, then locate the project where you just created, and once it open on the left hand side, you will see some of the files and folder. Let me walk through each one by one. So very first folder, which is the app folder, which contain all our route, pages, layout. Okay, so inside that, the very first file, which is a global CSS, which contain a CSS applied throughout the application. Then we have layout.tsx file, which contain your root layout, which hold your application, and all the pages are going to render through this root layout. At the top, if you see, by default it has some custom fonts applied. Then we have metadata, which is quite important for your SEO purpose. For example, if you want to update this metadata, you want to optimize it, you can simply add SEO keywords, everything inside this metadata section. Okay, so in this currently, if you see, I updated the title and the description for our app. Then we have the root layout function, which contains HTML and body tag, and through the body you will see the children are rendering. Okay, so that is all about the root layout. Then we have page.tsx, which is the default page of our application. Now obviously we are going to modify, but once we run the application, you will see how it getting rendered on the screen. Then we have node module folder, which contain all the packages which are needed to run this application. Obviously we are not going to touch this folder anytime, because this folder basically help to run our application. Then we have public folder, which contain all the necessary files which you want to use directly from your inside your app. For example, if you want to use any images, fonts, audio file, video file, you can just keep it inside the public folder which you want to use. Then we have some file like next environment or next.config.ts, which contain a configuration related to a Next.js application. The package.json, which contain the name, version of your application along with the script to run and build your application. Dependency along with their version, and some dependency along with their version. Then we have post CSS and the tsconfig.json, which contain a configuration related to your TypeScript. Okay, now let's run our application. So we'll go to the terminal, click new terminal, and inside that it will open a terminal inside your VS Code. Now I will just increase this size a little bit, and then you can type a command npm run dev, so which will run your application on the port 3000 on URL localhost. So if I open this inside our browser, you will see our application is now running, and this is the default page is getting rendered. Now let me update this page. So if I go to the page.tsx file, and we'll remove all of this code, and we'll simply enter the empty div and save it. Then you will see blank screen. Now inside that I will add h2 tag, and we'll simply write hello world. Okay, and then save it. As soon as I save, you will see on the right hand side is now getting displayed. Now same way you have to use any HTML tag inside your Next.js application. There is no restriction, because while rendering it always use HTML. Now another important thing, Obviously, if you are new to the Next.js or React, don't worry, because we are going to use AI agent or vibe coding, and through that I'm going to teach you everything in the step-by-step way, and we are making a very powerful SaaS application with this. But until this point, make sure that you are able to create the Next.js application, and then you are able to run it inside your browser very first time. Now it's time to implement a landing screen for our app first, and then we'll implement the authentication database setup. Obviously, we'll walk through this complete workflow as we move forward in this project. Okay. Now, very first thing, the landing screen, which is very important for any SaaS application, and with the help of AI agent, we are just going to add all our AI prompt, and then it will implement the proper landing screen for us. Let's go to the Google Anti-Gravity, and here inside that we're gonna simply enter the prompt. We'll say, let's implement landing screen for AI influencer generator and auto post scheduler app on social media. Make sure to add all required sections like header, hero, then features, pricing, footer, etc. Okay, and then hit enter. Now AI agent will understand what you are actually looking. It will think on your requirements, and then it will give you the implementation plan. Sometimes it start executing as well. It's totally up to you. You can update your settings so that it will give you the implementation plan for each execution. And if you see, the implementation plan is ready. At the top, you will see what they are implementing. It is very important to see the user review required. It's saying we will use a framer motion for animation and Lucid React for icon. I will install this dependency if they are not already present. Okay, so they are installing two important dependencies: the framer motion, which is an React based animation motion library, okay, which is quite powerful, and Lucid React for the icons. Then these are some proposed changes and what are the new component is going to add. Anytime if you think do you want to add any other feature, you can just mention inside this comment. Then we have style, page, and then verification plan. Now I will proceed with this implementation plan, and if you see, it start implementing each of the feature. Now we'll wait. I will pause the video so that once it finished implementing, we can test it.
A few moments later.
And if you see, it is implemented successfully. Now we can test this out over here inside the UI components. Under the component folder, you will see a different components like pricing, hero section, and inside the page.tsx, all of these components is imported. Okay, so these are some import statement as well. Now if I go back, and boom, if you see, we have this beautiful landing screen with the animation, with this beautiful motion effect. Then we have the feature section as well. After that we have the pricing section, and then we have footer as we mentioned. Okay, now next part we need to implement after implementing the landing screen is when you sign in, right? We want to navigate to the dashboard. Currently we don't have any sign in or sign up screen, so we have to tell to the AI agent to implement it. So this is the part we are going to implement. Now let's implement an authentication part, and for authentication we are using a Supabase authentication, where we'll check if user is authenticated or not. If not, then user will navigate to the sign in and sign up page, and obviously it will connect it to the Supabase authentication. If you do not use Supabase before, don't worry, I'm going to show you how to sign up with the Supabase, how to get all of the URL and keys, and how to integrate with our app. So first thing, let's go to this AI agent inside the Google Anti-Gravity, and here we are going to mention each of the details. So make sure to create a new conversation every time, and then we'll add, let's implement authentication using here we'll say Supabase authentication. When user click get started, sign in, then navigate user to sign in / sign up page if user not login already. Okay, once user sign in and user is new user, then make sure to save user information into Supabase DB. Okay, because once you sign in with user very first time and if user is a new user, then we want to save the user information into database. Okay, and here we'll say do not use webhook. Okay, and then hit enter. Now obviously this is a big task and it will generate the implementation plan first, and then you can walk through with that plan and then we'll start implementing it. Okay, now also make sure it is very important while developing any SaaS application, you need to know a workflow. Okay, and obviously inside the workflow you have to decide which tech stack you need to use, all of the details. So that's the reason I create one tool called planarc.dev, where you can turn your idea into an execution ready build plan. Along with you can review your each of the PR, you can test it, everything is inside this planarc.dev. This tool is free to use, you can check it out. I will create a separate video on the planarc.dev, how to use it, how easy it is to develop any complicated build SaaS application. Okay, now I will go back to our Google Integrity and you can walk through the implementation plan. The important thing which is we need to review and by the users. Okay, so it's saying that you will need to provide your Supabase project URL and annotation key, and you have to save it inside the .env.local file. You must also run SQL snippet in your Supabase SQL editor to create a profile table. Okay, so these are the implementation plan and this is the Supabase query which we need to run. But in meantime, let's proceed with this implementation plan, and now I will show you how to generate or create an account with the Supabase. So simply navigate to the supabase.com. It's free to use, so you don't need to pay anything. It's a open source, it means you can also host this or deploy your own Supabase on your own cloud machine. Now I will sign in and let's sign in with the account. Now you will get two project with this one. So I will open one of them and here I will create a new project, give the project name. So here we'll say AI Influence Generator. You can add a password as well. After this you can simply keep everything as it is and click create new project. Once the project is created, it will navigate you to the home page. Now on this page this is the project overview page. Okay, inside this you have project setting as well. Inside the project setting you will find a project ID and all of this information. Here we have API key, from that you will get a publisher key and the secret key as well. But if you want annotation key, you can switch this to annotation key tab, and then you have annotation key as well and the service role secret key. Right now it's still implementing. Once it is implemented, right, it will give you which actual environment variable we need to add. So over here is say project URL and the annotation key only. So the project URL you can get it. Now to get the project URL, go to the table editor or project overview, and at the top you will find an option called connect. Just click on it and then you have also an option to get a direct connection string. But if I go to the framework, select the Next.js, and here you will find this environment variables. Okay, simply copy that as it is, and then we are going to add inside .env file. So we create a .env file because we don't have already, and all the environment keys which is we need to keep it secure, we have to paste inside this environment key. Right now if you see it's implemented successfully, I will accept all of these changes and then go to the walkthrough guide. Now inside the walkthrough guide it will show you what are the changes it made, the UI update, what are the new pages added, and then you will find a Supabase URL which we need to add, and the Supabase annotation key. Currently I don't think so we have annotation key. We have the publisher key, but in order to add annotation key, again we'll go back to this project setting, API key, and then simply copy this annotation key and save it. Okay, now we have the annotation key as well. Then we have to run the SQL provided in the implementation plan. Okay, so you can simply go to this implementation plan, and inside the implementation plan you have to copy this SQL query as it is. So over here I will click copied. Then you have to go to this SQL editor, and inside the SQL editor or even in table editor as well, I think you can paste it, but you can go to the SQL editor, paste all of this. So it basically adding a new table called profile, and it added some policy as well for that one. Okay, so that unauthorized or any other user cannot access your record. And once you pasted this query, simply click run this query. After running, you will see it's success, right? And no row return because we don't have any row. But if I go to the table editor, you will see a profile table, and inside that it has an ID, email, full name, author URL, and created ad. All of this column is now attached. You can modify this column if you want. It also attached some RLS policy. Over here you will find some RLS policy as well. What are the select, insert, update, and with their permission, everything is mentioned inside these policies. Perfect. Now after this I will go back to the walkthrough, and then everything is good right now. So if you see, once user click on get started or login button, it will navigate to the login page. So we'll go back to our app. Let's refresh this page and click login. I don't think so login or get started. Okay, get started is navigating to the login page, but let me. Now whichever error you get it, you can simply paste it, and then AI agent will fix it. Currently over here if you see we have error because the @ is not recognizable. So you can mention the full path, and here as well I will mention the full path, so the error will not be there. Now if I go back and if I click login, let's go back to the home screen, and let me sign out. I think I already signed in, but if I click login, you will see an email and password to enter. If you don't have an account, you can create with the sign up screen as well. Okay, currently the email password is automatically enabled, but if you want to enable GitHub, Google, or any other, right now if I click on it, it will give you an error, right? So you have to enable it inside your Supabase account. So for that one, you have to go to the Supabase home screen or Supabase dashboard, and inside that go to the not project setting, go to the authentication. Inside the authentication, go to the authentication apps, and currently you have to it's disabled, the authentication server is disabled, so you have to enable this server, and then you can click save changes. You can keep everything as it is for now, okay, because we are working on the development mode only. So our URL will be localhost 3000, right? Again I will go to this auth app, and then you can add a new authentication app. Now here you have option which authentication app you want to add, let's say Google. Then you have to add a redirect URL. Currently we don't have any redirect URL, but once you have in the production you can add it. Another way, go to the sign in and the provider options. Over here you will see a lot of different authentication provider option. Currently only email is enabled, right? But if you want to enable, let's say Google, you can simply click on it. You have to add your own client ID and the client secret key. If it's not there, you have to go to the Google Cloud Console. So we'll go to the Google Cloud. It's a free, so you just need to go to the Google Cloud Console to create these authentication keys, and inside that you have to go to this API key and services. Inside that, go to the credential, and if you already have the authentication credential, you can copy the existing one. If not, then you have to create a new credential. Now I already have one, so I open that one, and then I will copy the client ID and client secret key. You have to add it. So I already added this client ID and the client secret key, and the callback URL you need to copy it, and then you have to paste it under this authorize redirect URL. Okay, so I already have a lot of others, but you can paste your own, and then simply click save. After that, click save on this page as well, and then you will see that Google is now enabled. Next, in order to verify it, you can simply click on this Google option, and then you can sign in with any Google account. Obviously, we don't have the dashboard page, but now I successfully sign in to the localhost. So I have one, it fails, not fail, but let me run it again. Now it's, if once you sign in, you will see a dashboard page or sign out option as well. Now in order to verify whether user is signed in or not and user information is saved or not, you can go to the table editor, and if you see I log in with my Gmail account with the author URL and all of this information. If you are logged in with the email ID, then you will get an email ID as well, but obviously in that case you don't have the full name or author URL. Okay, so that's how you have to add authentication and set up a Supabase DB as well. If you have any question, any doubt until this point, let me know in the comment section. Now it's time to implement a dashboard. On this dashboard, we want to add a few extra sidebar navigation option like home, models, calendar, account setting. I think we can add something like studio. Okay, so here we can say studio, where you can generate different post for that particular model. So let's go to this Google Anti-Gravity. We'll start a new conversation in order to add a dashboard layout. Now remember, we are just implementing the layout, not any functionality. So we'll just implement dashboard layout page with sidebar on top, on sidebar top, add header, or we can say add app logo and name, then few options like dashboard, models slash studio, then calendar, accounts, settings, and add other for our app if which you think is required, is must. Okay, so we are also telling to the AI that you can also think of the other option that it's good to add, right? And that's all we needed for now. Let's send this, because the main dashboard layout is adding a sidebar navigation so that we can implement each functionality one by one. Now we'll wait for the implementation plan. Now our implementation plan is ready. Let's walk through it quickly. So the important thing to review is the dashboard layout will replace the current landing page header with a persistent sidebar for a better user experience within the application. So over here, okay, let's move and we'll see. So it will add a new layout.tsx file for the dashboard with this option like post generator, calendar, media library. So okay, this is new. Analytics, I think we don't want this, so we can either remove that option. So here we'll say remove it. Then I don't think so we need a media library, so we can also remove that too. Okay, if you really don't want. Accounts is good, setting is good, and then we have some modification in the existing file. Okay, so we can add one more comment, no need, and let's add this comment, and then we'll proceed with the change. Now whichever thing it's not required, you can just add the comment inside the implementation plan. It will update the implementation plan. Now if you see, those options are gone, and now it updated the implementation plan as well, and now it will start implementing each of this functionality for the dashboard layout. Now I will pause the video and we'll wait for the final implementation.
A few moments later.
Once it is implemented, you can walk through from the guide. So at the top, if you see, it added a new dashboard layout file. So if I go to the dashboard, you will see this layout.tsx file with the proper branding and all of these things. Now inside the layout.tsx, you might see this error. That's because we have to add a proper path for each of them. So I don't know. Okay, so that's the reason you might get this error. So you can just update this @ with a proper path. And now in order to test this out, we'll go to the dashboard and it will navigate to the dashboard. Currently it's compiling, and if you see on the left side, we have some option like dashboard, models and studio, post generator, calendar, account setting, and at the bottom you will see the beautiful sidebar footer as well. Now this is on the right hand side, this is just a placeholder. Okay, obviously it doesn't we are going to update this, but for now your sidebar, make sure it's ready, and we are going to implement now each of the feature one by one. Now once your dashboard layout is ready, on the dashboard we already have this option. So if I go to the dashboard layout, you will see this option. Now we are going to implement a model and studio section, where on this page we are going to add two different options. One is to create a new model if user don't have existing one, or user can create a multiple model as well, and then from there they can even connect to their social media profile. And other option is create new post based on the model. Okay, but first let's focus on creating a new model. So I already wrote this prompt. Okay, and let me walk through what this prompt is all about. So first, on click of the model and studio, so on the click of that, we need to create a new page, and on that page we want to show these two options, to create a model and to create a post. Then below that we want to show all the model list and the post generated. So here I will just name these two post generated. But now we want to just create this new page to create a new model with the user option to enter. So it will enter the influence name, option to select a gender, body type, the skin tone, the age range, color, hairstyle, the color, eye color, and all of this information we want. So user can select each of that. Then it will automatically generate a beautiful prompt for us, and based on that option selected, we have to show the all option visually as well. Okay, with a proper color, emoji icon if needed. And on click generate, we want to generate the preview of that influence on the right side with a portrait and full body image. Obviously user can create as many as he want, and then we are going to use a dribble style template design for UI UX. Okay, now here it is very important to add one more important thing. We are going to add some credit things, so user can buy the credits, right? So each emoji or each influencer need in order to create it, we have a user have to spend some credits. So here we'll say to generate influencer for each generation, deduct we'll say, let's say 50 credits from user account. Let's add default credits to user account, let's say 300 credits. Here will say default to 300 credits for all new users. Okay, so that particular condition will also be added. Now let's copy this prompt. I will add this prompt inside the eraser doc so that you can simply copy and then go to this AI agent, and then we're gonna paste it here. Okay, and then hit enter. I will remove this 3 string dot and then hit enter. Now we'll wait for the complete implementation plan. Now if you see, the implementation plan is ready. So let's open it and let's walk through that each of this line. So there is a user review required. So here it will say the database schema changes because we are adding some condition. Here we will say I will provide a SQL script to update the Supabase database. You will need to run this Supabase SQL editor. Image generation for the preview, I will implement the placeholder or mock generation for the logic. real AI image generation will implement later on using a Luma AI API. Then these are some proposed changes. So obviously in the database schema there are some update we need to do it. Then it will also update the profile insertion, which include a credit of 300 for the new user. Then on the studio dashboard it will add a new option to create a new post or add a new model, and then it will display the user current credits, a model placeholder, then model creation page along with each of these proper options. Okay, and then component and icon for visual selector. I think that's pretty good. So let's proceed with this implementation plan. So we'll say proceed. Here if I click on this schema file, right, it also generates the schema for us in order to update our database. So I will copy this schema and then we'll go back to the Supabase we already have open, and inside the SQL editor simply replace or add this new script. You just need to paste it and then you have to run it. Okay, so here we'll say run and enable RLS, and once you run you will get this success result. Now you can verify by going to the table editor, and inside the table editor you will see a new column added for the profile called credits. The by default is 300 credits. Also it added two new column, two new table. One is for a post and one is for model to save it. Okay, perfect. And inside the model if you see all of the information. Perfect. Now let's move back to our VS Code, and here we'll wait for the final implementation. So I will pause the video and I will come back and will show you the final result.
A few moments later.
Now once it is implemented, you can accept all of these changes, and you can even walk through with all the guides what are the key improvements has been done and all. So if I go to this walkthrough guide, here it will show you what are the updates it added and everything. So let's test this out. So I will go back to our model and studio option, and here you will see two options. One is for create a new model and other to create a new post. Below that obviously once we create the model we'll see the model list, and we also have the option to see the recent activity. On the top you will see the user's total credit. Now if I click on the create new model, it will navigate me to the new page where we are actually have option to create a new model. So you can give the influencer name, the gender, the skin type or body type actually, so whether it's a slim, athletic. Okay, then you can see the skin tone, age range. You can also mention that, the hairstyle, whether it's a long hair or what, then the vibe and aesthetic. Okay, after that you will see a prompt builder. Now if you want to edit this prompt, you can even edit this prompt. You can say, let's say you want a brown hair with green eyes. Okay, and then simply click generate influencer. Once you click generate influencer, we have to connect that to the Luma API model, which will generate a beautiful aesthetic style and very natural AI influencer for us. Okay, and that preview we are going to show on the right side. So but for now make sure you have your UI UX setup in order to generate the real AI influencer. Before we jump into the code and start generating our AI influencer model, let's quickly understand what Luma AI and Uni-1 are. Luma AI is a powerful creative AI platform for generating high quality visual and videos. In this project, we are going to use a Luma's Uni-1, which is a Luma's advanced image generation model. Uni-1 can generate an images from a text prompt and also edit existing image using a simple instruction. That means inside our app, user can describe what kind of AI influencer they want, like their personality, fashion style, niche, background look, and everything. And Uni-1 can generate a professional influencer image out of that prompt. The best part about Uni-1, it supports a lot of different features like photorealistic scene, accurate lighting, strong spatial reasoning, different creative style, even reference guided generation. So later on we can also use a reference image to keep our influencer character more consistent across multiple posts and campaign. So here I will put the link in the description to get a free access as well as the documentation link for this Luma Labs Uni-1. Okay, now Uni-1 has a lot of different capability which you can explore from the documentation. Now, in order to quick start, you can go to the quick start option, and here you will find an option to generate the image. So we have the TypeScript, Python as well code, and you can take a reference of this one. Okay, now very first thing, you have to create a new account in order to get the Luma agent API key. But before that, let's copy this markdown as it is. Then we'll go back to the Google's anti-gravity, and here we're going to mention the input. So here we'll say, now on click generate influencer, then use Luma Uni-1 AI model to generate influencer model image based on user selection and prompt. So whatever prompt user entered or whatever the option user select, based on that we have to generate it, right? Refer this document to integrate the Luma Uni-1, and then we'll enter this complete prompt. Okay, so you don't need to write any specific code or pass any specific code. Once you copy this prompt, then it will do it for you. If you see, you can open directly in the Claude, ChatGPT, or you can simply copy this markdown. And after that, you can simply send this to an AI agent. Now agent will understand your requirements, and based on that it will create a proper implementation plan. So we'll wait for the implementation plan to be ready. Now once it is implemented, let's walk through it. So basically, first thing we need to do is to add this Luma agent API key, and then you can simply test it and you will see what are the changes the AI made it inside our app. Now in order to generate this API key, simply click the link in the description and then you will jump onto this API page. Here you have to create a new account. Now once you sign in to the Luma Labs API platform, here in the playground you can test by entering the input. You can select the model, the prompt type. Right now if you see, we have image and image edit, where you can edit the generated image as well, and the code snippet in order to directly copy and paste it inside your code. Here you have option to generate the API key. Then under the billing you can add a billing. You will find the usage under that, and under the API doc you will find all the details about the Uni-1, how to use it, and all of this information. Okay, now before that, let's try the example. So I will enter this simple prompt. If you want to add any reference image, you can add up to 8 to 9 reference images and simply click run. Once it runs, if you see, it is in the queue and it will start generating the image based on your instruction. Now it will not just take your text input, but it will understand it like an AI agent, and that's why this Luma Labs Uni-1 is quite powerful, and it's now start generating the image. And if you see, we got this beautiful image. So whatever we mentioned, right, a teddy bear in a sunglass playing a guitar, and then you will get this beautiful image. And that's how you can try the Uni-1 model inside the Luma's playground. Now in order to create the API, simply go to the API, click create a key and give the key name. So here we'll say AI influencer generator, and then click create key. Once the key is created, you have to paste it inside your .env file. So let's test this out. So we'll go back to our app and then add the influencer name, select the gender, body type, skin tone, age range. You can add the hairstyle how you want, then the wipe aesthetic. So I will select as a street, and then you can add a prompt builder. Here if you want, you can say brown hairs and brown eyes. Okay, and simply click generate influence. Right now if you see on the right side, we have the portrait as well as full body image as well, so you can see how it actually looks in the both the way. And right now if you see, it's generating, and boom, if you see, we have the portrait image as well as we have full body image, which is generated by the Luma's Uni-1. And this Uni-1 also makes sure that this portrait image and full body image, the face is matching. Okay, and once you are happy with it, you can simply save. Right now, you also have option to regenerate these images if you don't really like it. You have option to regenerate as well, or you can simply add the prompt inside this to make some modification as per your requirements. And Uni-1 automatically do the edit inline feature where you can edit the images inline. Okay, so that's all the functionality we added. Now if I go back, if you see the model, we are not yet in save, right? So we have to save this model as soon as we generate it, or we can add an option to save this model. So inside this, let me close all of this tab for now, and inside the new conversation we'll say once model image is generated, add an option to save model info with image inside Supabase DB and Supabase storage for image. Save. So basically we are saying that we want to save that information to a Supabase DB and Supabase storage for image to save. Okay, so this information very important, so that's the reason we added. I think that's all we needed. So here we'll say save influencer model or save model image. Let me restructure this per complete prompt. So here we'll say once model image is generated, save information to database and model image to Supabase storage and save that URL into our DB or inside table. Okay, so that thing is very important. Let's send this because in order to save that into Supabase storage, obviously we have to add a logic so that whatever the image we get, we have to convert into a base 64 and then we have to save inside the Supabase storage. Now Supabase come with the storage option, so you don't need to buy any external storage. Obviously if you want, you can connect your AWS S3 bucket as well, but here you can create a new bucket. It's similar to a folder, and then inside that it will save it. So obviously once we have the implementation plan to save, we'll follow the guide and then we'll simply gonna update and save the image inside our Supabase storage. If you see, we have the implementation plan as well, and then plan assume a Supabase storage bucket name influencer exists is set to public. Please ensure the bucket is created inside the Supabase. So we have to create a bucket name with this name influencer, right? And then it will modify some of the important logic in order to save that information. So we'll go back and inside this we'll create a new bucket name called influencer. We have to set this as a public bucket for now and then simply click create. After this we'll proceed with this plan, and now we'll wait for the final implementation. So I will pause the video and we'll wait for the final result, and once it is implemented we can take this out. So let's add a name, then we'll select a male, let's select the slim body type, some age range, some aesthetic, let's say a luxury, and then we'll click generate the influencer. On the right hand side it will start generating. Over here if you see, the credit also get detected automatically based on the image is generated. Okay, so we'll wait for the final result. Okay, so it's saying the image generated but the failed to save database. So right now if you see, we selected the luxury style and that's why we are getting the luxury style images, but it failed some due to some reason. So you can go to the console and inside that you can see this error saying, it's saying the error saving a model. So new raw violates row level security for the model. So let's copy this and paste it inside the AI. The reason is inside the Supabase it violates some policy. So if I go to this while saving the model, maybe we need to add RLS policy, something like that, but we'll see. If you see for this profile we have some RLS policy, right? The same way we have to add it there. So we'll get some information from the AI agent and we'll wait for the response. So if you see, it created a Supabase setup.sql file which has the query which you can copy and execute it. Also there is another option it added, that to use a service role key. So either way you can implement it. Let's try with this query because we are using a query. So we'll run this query. Here we'll say run this query, and let's go back and let's test this out. So we'll again generate it. So here before that, one more thing is missing, that we want a button to save it, right? Because if user don't like the any of this influence, right, we have to tell. So over here we'll say make sure to save a model image only after user click save button. Show save button after generating AI model image on right side. So because that's how we wanted, we want to add a button here. Obviously you have option to regenerate if you want a minimal style or some street style, and you want something like curvy size, you can also generate accordingly. Okay, now here I generated another image, okay, and this is how I got it. But if you think that you want something different, let's say street style, you want athletic one, and again okay, so right now I don't have the credits, but let's keep it like that, and let's save this AI model to studio. And if you see, now it's saved this model. Perfect, right? Now we'll verify by going to this API, go to the table editor, and inside the model you will see a model name, who added this, so user ID, the name of the model, and all the information which we selected. Not only that, but it's also saved the portrait URL and full body image URL in order to use later on. If I open this image URL, you will see that image is now open in a new tab. Pretty cool, right? So that's how you have to save the influencer model image into your Supabase storage and save that URL into your database table. Okay, now next thing, I will just add my extra some credits to my account so that we can create some more influencer image. Okay, but right now I hope you understand how to generate these images using Luma's Uni-1, okay, which is very powerful, and as you see the actual result, how good result we are getting. Okay, now once these images are generated on the model and studio section, we want to display all the generated model name along with their name, so that later on if user want to create a post, they can create the post as well. Now after AI model or influencer model image is generated, we want to show our models on this page. So currently we know that we are saving that model information to our database, but now we want to fetch and display under this my model section. Okay, so I'm going to create a new conversation, and inside that we want to simply mention. So here we'll say under studio page, display all generated users, all generated models. Here we'll say display all users generated AI influencer models in grid format. So that's all we need to add it, because under the model section it will display. So maybe we can add that under my model section and then hit enter. Now for this quick and small implementation, it will create a plan and then we'll proceed with that plan. On the right side we can show all the recent activity, whichever post is created, all of the information. Right now we don't need this post generator, it's totally up to you, it's an optional thing because we already have this option called create post. But on the calendar we are going to show all the posts generated and schedule on that calendar. Okay, so we'll implement it, but for now if I go back, it's still generating the implementation plan, so we'll wait. And if you see, it has the implementation plan. So the models section currently has a view all link pointing to the models. So let me see, and if you see, currently it's showing the model which we generated. It's too big, so we can show that. Okay, let's generate a small one. We also have view all button, and on the click of view all, it's navigating the model page. So on that page as well, we can show the list of all the generated model. Okay, now next thing, I will accept all of these changes, but small thing we wanted to do, instead of showing only 2 models, we are going to show 3 or 4 because it's too big. So what you need to do, either you can tell to the AI agent, or simply you can go to the dashboard, and you can just follow the route dashboard, and under the studio you have to go to the page.tsx file. Now over here, we'll replace that with the actual path, and then if you scroll down where we are showing the model, right, we are using a grid. So this is the list section for the model list, and maybe over here we have the model card as well, and I will change this to, let's say, 3. Let's save it, and if you see, now it's much smaller and that's look much better now. And here by default I will make it 2. Okay, on the click of view all, obviously it's not showing all the models. Maybe you can update to show that all the models, but once we have the model, it also added a button called generate post for that specific model. Okay, we'll implement the create new post option soon, but let's implement this view all page. So here we can say also implement studio/model page to show and list out all models. Or maybe what we can do, we can implement later on, because I want to add some extra feature like for this particular model, how many posts it generated, all the details, right? So we'll wait for this view all page, but for now make sure your model is listing under this AI Studio page. Now next feature we want to add inside our app is create a new post based on the profile or AI influencer model which we created in the previous chapters. After creating a new post, user also have an option to schedule that post on social media platform. Now in order to create a new post, these are the some particular section we need to add. Obviously inside that we have user will select the AI influencer model for which he want to create the post, then select the social media account, then post content, reference images, AI post description, and many other things. So right now if you see, this is the mock-up design I generated using an AI only, and for that one I use a Uni-1 Luma's AI model. So on their platform also you can generate it, but this is the prompt I wrote in order to implement this UI functionality. Okay, so simply you can modify this prompt according to your requirements and then copy it. Then go back to the AI anti-gravity. Let me close all of this tab and we'll start a new conversation in order to add this page, and simply click enter. So I will remove this tag, and once you send to this AI agent, we'll wait for the complete implementation plan. And here we have the implementation plan, and let's walk through it. So it's saying that the generate process uses Luma AI Uni-1, and then it will implement the server action orchestrating this model. If it fails for some reason, I also implemented a Gemini Nano Banana, but it's completely optional. Then on the right side we have the post view. On the right will initialize the show placeholder or the skeleton state until the user click generate. Then we have some proposed changes which you can walk through if you want, but right now it feels good to me, and so I will proceed with this implementation plan. Now I will pause the video and will wait for the final result from the AI agent. In case if you get any error while generating the result, you can simply copy it and paste it and ask AI to regenerate and implement this feature again.
A few moments later.
So once it is implemented, you will see all of these change. You can accept all of these changes, and on the left hand side under the generate, you will see all small components. So in this case, obviously we have error, but you can ignore this sometimes, or you can just fix it. Now if I go back and inside this create post, you will see this beautiful post generator option. Now on the click of this create new post, it will show this particular post generator page. At the top you will see an option to select the model. So right now I have two models, so whichever you like you can select one of them, and then for the platform you can select whichever platform you want. Then once you select whichever the model you want, you can select all the connected platform. Currently it's just a placeholder for selecting the platform, but once we have the Zernio API integrated to connect your social media account, then you will see only account which is connected. After this, you will see the post format, whether you want a 1 by 1 or 9 by 16, and on the right hand side you will see the actual preview once, even though if I change this post format as well. Okay, then you can add a campaign name if you want to make a campaign for, let's say, energy drink, right? Then you can add a product or brand. Here we'll say just energy drink again. Then over here let's paste this. Then what is your post goal, whether you want awareness, conversion, giveaway or engagement. You can even ask a detailed brief how you want to show this particular brand. So this is how I added the brief detail how I want. Then what is your scene location, whether it's urban, studio or nature, beach, home, whatever you want. Okay, then that outfit, whether you want casual, formal or lightning style as well. Then here we have the props. If user want to select some props from the list, user can select multiple props as well. Then you will have the brand tone, whether you want a casual or inspirational, right? Then where you want to add this primary CTA. Okay, so currently if you see we can navigate that link in bio or shop now, and on the right hand side you will see the caption as well, see immediately, right? Then how many hashtag you want, so you can add this hashtag count and the emoji density. After that, once you are happy, you can click generate, and then we are going to call AI model to generate the auto generated caption as well. Currently it's not implemented, but you can add that. Then you can even upload the reference image. Maximum we are allowed to upload 3 images, but right now if you see I uploaded the one of them, and then you can add that specification how you want to show. So similar like this one. So if I copy this and show it or add this description, and then once I click generate post and variant, then it will start generating it. Just click on it and then it will start generating. Right now if you see it's loading, and once it is generated it will appear inside this preview section. Okay, it's a live preview, so whenever we make a change it will automatically reflect on this live preview section. Now it will take few seconds because it will combine your AI model, then your reference image and all the selection or choices which you made, and boom, if you see the exact product which we uploaded, it's on the AI author's hand, and most important you will see the same author, right, or same AI influencer which holding the can, and that's what we mentioned. Now we selected the square, that's why it gives you the format in the square way. But if you select the story with a vertical 9 by 16 ratio, then it will get the result in 9 by 16. Pretty cool, right? And that's how it generates. Now this is just one section, right? Because we want to even add an option to edit this, as well as we also want to auto post this post on a social media platform. Not only that, but if you remember inside the prompt we added to generate 2 different variants. So here we have version 1 and we have also have another version with the same AI influencer but with a different look, and you can select whichever you like. Now the next thing we want to add is either user have option to save this post as a draft, or user can schedule this post. Okay, so simply add inside this. Here we'll say after generating post image, add an option to either save as draft or schedule on social media platform. On click save as draft, make sure to save to database and also show proper dialog that it saved successfully. But when user click on schedule on social media platform, then add here we need to add something like date and time selection and option to publish now or schedule for later. Okay, so this will be, I think maybe we can add it as a switch button, okay, to switch between this one, and then obviously save this info to database, and then we're going to save this information to a database. Now, how to schedule on the social media platform, how to connect it, everything I'm going to tell you in the upcoming chapter. But for now, let's implement this form section. Maybe we can just add below to this particular section. So maybe we can say add this on right side below to live preview and remove. So we really don't want this particular estimate performance, so we can remove that section and then hit enter. Now it will start generating the plan maybe, and then it will once you confirm the plan, then we can start implementing. Right now I don't think so it's creating any plan because it's very quick and small implementation, so it started implementing it and now it's implemented. Let's try it out. Obviously we have to create it again, so I will fill up the form. Now here I just changed the little bit, so I made some modification. Over here the reference image is now different. Let's generate the post, and here we have the result. So at the right side you will see the bag which we added. Obviously if you think it's not perfect, you can do and update it accordingly. Also I don't see, okay, so right now this post action, I don't know why it's moving with the scroll, but here you have option, either you can save it as a draft, and once you save as a draft it's saying okay, cannot find a caption column. Okay, that's fine, we can update it. And but on the click of schedule post, you have option, either you can schedule later, so or you can publish now. On schedule later, obviously it's giving option to select the date and time, but before that this post action we have to fix it, so we can update it. Post action section is not fixed, so make sure to add below to live preview section. And what else we need? I think that's all we needed. Let's send this. Now inside the previously, okay, I will accept this change. We might need to add a column, so here we will say allow user to save the generated post. So let's go to the Supabase setup SQL. I don't know this is the correct query or not, or we can just ask AI to add or update the query accordingly. Okay, so right now if you see the post action now coming below to the live preview, and here you have option to publish it now or you can schedule it for later. But right now obviously you cannot save it, so we'll say could not find the caption column inside the post. Just pass this error and then AI will give you the proper query to update our table inside the Supabase. Okay, but other than that, make sure you have this post action section. You have option to select the date and the time. So somehow the drop down is not opening, so we can also fix this issue quickly. But before that, let's go to the Supabase SQL, and we need to create a table. So we can simply copy this. Either you can copy everything as it is, okay, and if I go to the Supabase Let's refresh it. Because this Supabase SQL editor file contain complete code, so I will go to the SQL editor. Let's replace this and run it. Say run this query, and once you run, you will get a success message. And now inside the post you will see maybe inside the model or what, it should show the caption column. So let's go to the post. Somehow it's not showing the caption column. Okay, maybe what we can do, we can delete this table and then we can run our query. Okay, because it's saying if it's not exist then only create, otherwise don't create. Maybe because of that one the post don't have that column, and right now if you see we have all the column. Perfect. Now if I go back to our app and try to schedule this later, okay, so right now the date and time selection is not working. So here we can say date and time selection under post action section not working. So it will fix that particular issue as well. Okay, and we'll wait for the this particular fix. And right now if you see we have this pop-up to open. Right now if I select some date, some time, and then click confirm schedule, then it will save to your database. Right now if you see it's saying post schedule. Okay, now if I go back to verify, then if under the post you will see this particular post, okay, along with all the details like platform status and when it created an image URL. Obviously this is the image URL for the post. Okay, right now it's saved as a base 64, but definitely we can update this and we can say save the generated image into the database. So here we'll say save generated post image to Supabase storage. Okay, and not just base 64, or we can just say post image to the Supabase storage and then save post image URL to table. So this small change make a lot of difference, because it doesn't make to save this much big text inside the image URL. So instead of that we can just save the URL. But the main point to understand here, that you are able to generate the post based on our model and everything. We have two different versions right now if you see, correct, and make sure you are getting this image as well, and once it is generated then you can save that image to our Supabase storage. And now over here I think it's look like it's saved. So right now if I go to the top, so it will say okay, it will save as a inside our Supabase reference image persistent. So these are now updated to the post bucket. So we have to create the post bucket in the Supabase storage before generating begin ensuring blah blah blah. So we'll create this post as a new bucket, otherwise it will not save. So go to the storage and inside the new bucket we'll save this and simply click create. And now if I say schedule, so if I click confirm schedule, let's see what happened. So now post has a two different, I don't see there is any post saved, but let me refresh this. It still saved the image URL as a base 64, so we have to modify again. It's still saving as base, it still saves as base 64 under post table in image URL column. Make sure to save image URL in that column from Supabase storage. So it will update it, but now maybe we have to refresh and try this again, and in that case maybe it will save it as a URL. But right now let me know if you have any question, any doubt while generating the post for your AI influencer. Now on this studio page, once you create a new post or schedule that post, we have to show under this recent activity. So this is a quick chapter in order to show the recent activity under the studio. So we'll go to the anti-gravity, we'll add a new conversation, and inside that we'll simply say on studio page under recent activity, show all schedule or draft created post list. Okay, make sure to order by descending, latest post on top, and maybe we can add a pagination, I don't know, but let's also add pagination if post count is greater than 8. Show proper post thumbnail with all necessary details, and on click on that post, open a dialog with all proper detail, and if it's draft post, then add an option to schedule it, or here we can say use existing post action component, because we already have that component added, right? And if already scheduled, then option to edit schedule date and time, or option to move to draft. So we are capturing each and every important feature. So for this application, we are not just showing the post, but also allowing user to edit that post, schedule time and everything. Obviously we are not allowing user to edit complete post, okay, but we are just updating the schedule time or move to the draft and all, okay. So that's what we mentioned. Now let's send this one to the AI agent, and we'll wait for the implementation plan, and then we'll proceed with the actual implementation. So basically it start implementing as well without giving the implementation plan. That's perfectly fine, and right now we are getting this error, but hopefully it will fix it once we have the proper and complete implementation. So I will pause the video and we'll wait for the final implementation result.
A few moments later.
Once it is implemented, we'll accept all the changes, and you can see what are the changes it implemented and all of the detail. Now if I go back, you might see this error, it's saying cannot resolve date FNS. Now date FNS is a npm package which you need to install first. So copy that, and inside the new terminal I will say npm I and date FNS. So it will install the date FNS package, and then let's refresh this. So we might get, or we might not get any error, and boom, on the right side you will see the recent activity. Now we created some of the post, and for each of the post you will see that activity. If I click on it, you will see all the detail view, which is the post image, the post detail information, and option to schedule the post as well. So you can switch between the post, date and everything. You can move this to draft anytime if you don't want in the schedule thing, right? So you can move this into draft. Let me see whether it's moved or not. I don't think so it's moved to the draft, but yeah, you can move to the draft actually, but that's what you have to fix. The dialog width is quite smaller, so you can fix that by going, let me close all of this tab and search for the components. Inside the component we have studio, and then we have recent activity. Inside this recent activity, maybe inside the model card, that's where we are showing this dialog. Okay, so inside the recent activity we have this detailed dialog, and inside this detailed dialog you can see this maximum width to, let's say, 3 XL, or let's make it 4 XL. Perfect. So it's much the width is much better than the previous one now, and now you will see the proper date and all. Okay, the move to draft is not working, so it means you have to update your logic little bit. You have to tell AI agent to update it, but other than that you will see you have option to reschedule it to some other date, and you will see the schedule for date as well. So that's all about the recent activity. So it means our studio page is pretty much completed. You will see all the details, your models, your recent activity, option to create a new model or option to create a new post for your selected model. Now, if you have any question, any doubt until this point, let me know in the comment section. Now it's time to schedule our post, and for that one, first we need to make sure to connect our social account to our app so that user can schedule on their social media platform and account. And obviously connecting to the social media accounts is very big task and very big headache, because you have to go to each of the social media accounts. In the developer account you have to create a sandbox account, and once you move your application to a production, then you have to put your app for the review, and the review process is quite big longer. It takes months of time to get approval. But what if I told you there is one service or API which help us to connect with a single API endpoint with a different social media platform without putting your application under the review process or anything? In just 2 to 5 minutes you can connect your application with a different social media platform. Let me introduce a Zernio. Zernio is one of the best and topmost API endpoint provider to connect your app with a different social media platform, and it is built for the developers. If you see, it provide or allow us to connect with the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, YouTube, and many others. You will see the complete list. It's more than 14 plus social media accounts you can connect with the Zernio. And most important thing, you can try it for free. I will put the link in the description to get some discount on their paid pricing model. I will make sure to check the link in the description and add a promo code as well. Also, with the single API endpoint, you can publish and schedule your post across a multiple social media platform. So once you jump onto this Zernio.com, simply you have to create a new account if you don't have already, and then let's navigate to the dashboard. Inside the dashboard you will see a dashboard with some options. Now we will mostly concern about the API key only, because we want to use API key. Here you will find an option to create a new API key. You can create as many API key you want. So I will create a new API key and will name it as a AI influencer generator, and then you can give the permission read write with a full access, and then click create key. Once the key is created, you can make sure to copy and paste it inside your .env. Then go to the documentation. I will put the documentation link for the Zernio as well. And this is a quick start guide in order to integrate Zernio inside your app. You just need to define Zernio with the API key, and then you can start connecting your profile. Then it will give you the authentication callback URL in order to connect your social media account with complete privacy and security as well. So this platform will never ask username, password, anything like that. It will directly connected with the social media platform. Okay, and if you see available platform list as well, then once you connect your account, you have option to schedule your post, and you can even schedule on multiple platform as well. So all the detail is mentioned in the document, and it's very straightforward as well. Okay, now before that we'll go back to app, and on the click of accounts page we want to give an option to the user to select an accounts. Okay, whether you want to connect the YouTube account or Instagram account or TikTok, you can just mention it. So let's go back to the anti-gravity. I will add a new tab, and or we'll start with the new conversation. Here we'll simply add on click of accounts option from sidebar, navigate to new page where add multiple option to connect to social media accounts. Okay, use Zernio API to connect social media accounts. Mainly add accounts, here we say Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, then Pinterest, then we'll say X / Twitter, LinkedIn if you want, okay, or it's a more on the content creator side. We'll remove the LinkedIn because it's more on the entertainment content side, and if you want you can even add a to YouTube as well. Okay, here we also add connect button to connect to social, I will say users social media platform, and once it is connected, save profile info to database. So it will just save the profile information like account ID and all, and show connected account as well, an option to disconnect account or disconnect account, and I think that's all we needed. Okay, so it automatically use the Zernio API, but make sure to go to the Zernio document and always copy these documents for the AI, right? You also have option to open a different IDE. It's totally up to you, but this is text document. I will copy as it is and will paste it here, okay, for the reference purpose, and then hit enter. Now AI agent will come with the implementation plan, and then we'll proceed with this plan, implementation plan. If you see, this is the base URL, and to this base URL you can just call different API endpoint. Also, in order to schedule your post with the media, so over here if I go to the SDK, or you can go to the guides under the media upload, you will see how to attach the media. You just need to send the URL for that particular media and the type, and that's all. Automatically Zernio will schedule your post along with that particular image file. Okay, now here we'll wait for the implementation plan, and now if you see, our implementation plan is now ready. So at the top it's saying that Zernio profile management, I plan to create a single Zernio profile per user to group the social account, and this profile ID will be stored inside the profile table. Then we have platform list, so initial set of platform will be Instagram, TikTok and all of these things, and authentication. Over here I will just mention one thing, that user, or here we say one user can select or can add multiple social media account, so make sure to manage it accordingly. And then after that we already added the API key, which I already added, and you know how to add that. Then in the database it will add the Zernio profile ID and profile table and the social account table with the RLS policy, and then we already pasted the documentation for the Zernio. So let's proceed with this plan with the small change, okay, and then it will obviously update the implementation plan based on our added comment. Also editing the Supabase setup .sql file, which is important because from that we have to update our, so just copy that and we have to update our Supabase table. So I will go back to the Supabase and go to the SQL editor. Here just paste it and then run this query. Okay, so once you run, it's saying success with a no result return, but you will see a new table called social accounts, and here obviously one user can have multiple social accounts. All the social account will come under this social account database or table. Next, I will pause the video and then we'll come with the final implementation. We'll see the complete result. We'll test this out, and if there is any error then we'll fix it.
A few moments later.
And now if I go to this account page, let's go to the account page, and here you will see all the social media account which we mentioned, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, right? And whichever you want, you can simply click connect account, and then it will redirect it to that particular Instagram account. And if you see, it's saying you already previously connected, do you want to allow it? And it will say allow to my existing Instagram account, right? If you worry about whether it's a security issue, you can always create a new account, and somehow it's jumped to the Zernio API. But let me go back and we'll go to this account, and over here it's still saying connect account. That's weird. So let me refresh it, and it's still syncing our account information at the top, but somehow it's not showing that it's connected one or not. But you can always verify by going to the profile and social account. Currently in the social accounts we don't have anything, right? So let's fix this. So maybe there is a callback issue. So here we'll say once user connect the accounts, it's redirecting to Zernio dashboard page instead of my application, and also it's not saving any detail into database. So make sure once user connect the accounts, then it will redirect to my app and save account profile info to database. So this particular thing is very important, otherwise there is no use, right? So it will fix this issue, but right now make sure at least you are getting this page and it's redirecting to the social media account connection page. Right now if I go to the Twitter, for example, right, it will go to the Twitter, and we did not added any other API endpoint for it. Okay, so right now if you see, it's jumping to the Twitter and saying that do you want access, do you want to authorize it or not, and once you authorize, then it will connect it. But let's go back and then we'll wait for this fix. So right now if you see, it's making the fix for our requirement. Now under the accounts, let's take this out, because whatever the fix we implemented over here, if you see, now the account is synced. So here we have this sync account. Let's try it out. So I will delete this account, I will disconnect the account, and once you disconnect, it will go away. But you can connect this anytime whenever you want. So I will say allow to connect it, and then it will go back to our application, and then it will sync your app, and boom, you will see the profile image of your Instagram account, the name of the Instagram account, and the ID. Perfect, right? Same thing, you can connect whichever account you want. Let's say you want to connect a Twitter account. So I will go to the Twitter, you will say authorize the app, and then it will come back, and over here you will see it's connected to my Twitter account. Pretty cool, right? And just with the help of one API endpoint, it did all of the things. Not only that, but you don't need any approval process or review process. With the help of Zernio, you can easily do it. So it helps us to make your application production side very fast. So now once your account is connected, you have to make sure while creating models, you will only show the account which is connected, otherwise you don't need to show it. So what I will do, I will just add that functionality. But along with that one, if you user want to connect a multiple Instagram account, we are also going to add that option. So over here we'll say also give user an option to connect multiple account for same social media, and then hit enter. So I think if you add that only, it will automatically detect what you are trying to achieve, and then accordingly it will implement it for you. Currently if you see, once you connected, it only allowing us to connect only one account, and there is no option to add another one. Okay, but If you really want to connect multiple one, then that's what this AI agent now implementing it. And once it is implemented, you can accept all of the change and we'll go back, and here now you have option to add another account. Now it will, in this case, it will connect another Instagram account if you have, and same thing it will do it for everything. Say we have another option to add another account, and if you want to disconnect, you can simply delete button and it will give you alert message, do you really want to disconnect it. Okay, now as I say, when we create a new post over here, we only want to show the platform which is connected. So I will create a new conversation, and inside that here we'll say on create post page, and let me see what is the name. So platform, so here we'll say under platform section show only those social media platform which user is connected to, otherwise add an option to connect social media account. Okay, it's an optional, but if no account / social media platform selected, then don't give an option to schedule the post, only add option to save as draft. Okay, so basically we are saying this is an optional feed. So in our platform, if user don't want to schedule it, right, he can only generate the post and then he can manually upload on his platform. So in that case, the schedule option doesn't make sense to add it, only we can save it as a draft mode. Okay, now let's send this and then we'll wait for the implementation plan. And if you see, we have the implementation plan, we'll open it, and the important thing, you need to review it. Otherwise, if everything is look good, you can simply proceed with the implementation plan. Now I will pause the video and we'll wait for the complete implementation. And once it is implemented, you can walk through the guide. So there are some key changes. So here now we have account status tracking, enhance the platform selector, the smart post action, and many other things. Now if I go back over here, you will see that whichever platform you connected, only those platform it allow you to select. Okay, now another important things I wanted to show you, that currently it only allow you to select one platform, but in order to select a multiple platform, you can add that option. Also, if you want to connect multiple platform, you can even directly connect from here, and if you see, we have option to directly connect to that platform as well. But before that, let's add one more feature, or not feature, but one more addition, that we want to allow user to select multiple platform. So here we say allow user to select multiple platform to post / schedule the post. So while saving, make sure for both the platform, I will say while saving both the platform, data will get saved to database. Okay, and now once we implement that feature, then it will allow to select both the platform as well. And now once it is implemented, I will accept all of the change, and let's test this out. So right now I selected the Twitter, but if I want to select Instagram, I can select the Instagram and both the way. And while saving, it will create two different records, so that while scheduling, it will be very easy to schedule. Okay, so that's how you have to add this and update your create post section. If you have any question, any doubt until this point, let me know in the comment section, because after connecting your account, it's time to show your all the scheduled post on the calendar, and then we are actually scheduling the post in a real time on different social media platform, and I will show you the exact demo how it actually works. Okay, so make sure you have finished this particular chapter as well. Now in this chapter, we will learn how to implement the interactive calendar where user will see all the scheduled posts, or user have option to create or add a new post, and then he can manage all the scheduled posts from that calendar. Pretty cool, right? So let's start implementing it. So in order to implement the calendar, first we'll start with a new conversation inside the Google's anti-gravity AI agent, and inside that we're gonna simply add on click of calendar sidebar menu option, navigate to new page where show current month calendar with date or day blocks. Also add an option to move between previous or next month. On hover, before that here we'll say display all scheduled post inside the day block based on schedule date and time. Then on hover, show an option to schedule the new post on that day. Okay, so right now we only want to add a calendar view along with all the scheduled post and option to add a new post on that particular day. Okay, so for now we'll add only that much information. I think that's all we need. Okay, so what we'll do now, once you add that, we'll send this to an AI agent and then we'll wait for the implementation plan. Basically it's starting implementing the all the requirements. Okay, I don't think so it give us any implementation plan, but that's completely fine. We'll wait for the final implementation, and once it is implemented we'll accept all of this change. We have the walkthrough, so you can walk through which are the changes it made, so it will be easy for testing. But if I go to this calendar in order to test it, it will navigate to the new route. Okay, so it's still compiling, and here we have some error. So some of the icons now is deprecated from the Lucid icon, for example like this Facebook, right? Also all the social media icon is no longer supported by the Lucid React, so we can simply copy paste this error. If you want to resolve this manually, please do it. Okay, it always good to resolve manually instead of every time using an AI agent, but for now for this tutorial will fully depends on the AI agent. And now once it fixed, you can go ahead and check it out, and boom, if you see, we have this beautiful calendar added and all the scheduled post as well. On hover, you will see an option to schedule a extra post as well, and here we have the complete calendar as well. At the bottom you will see the scheduled post, how many are Instagram post and next in the queue. So today or tomorrow at 12:28 it will schedule this particular one. Pretty cool, right? Obviously we don't have any schedule logic written in the backend which actually post on the social media, but for now we are focusing on the complete flow step by step. Now on the click of this add post, right, if you see, is navigating to this post generator, right? But here we are doing little bit in different way. On the click of this hover, instead of navigating to create new post, we are going to add an option to select from the existing draft. Okay, and then once user select, then user will enter the basic information to schedule it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the next step is let's schedule the existing draft post. So here we'll say now on click add new post inside a day block, then open a dialog, and on that dialog show all draft post to select from, and then add an option to select time and then schedule it for that date. Okay, so basically we are adding this small information while after here we'll say after selecting the draft post, make sure to show complete complete info like post description and make it editable as well. So let's hit this and we'll wait now for this implementation. Now idea behind this, when user click on it, instead of navigating to this page, right, we are opening a draft post. So currently if I go to this studio, you will see we have few draft posts, right? We have these 3 draft posts. So it will open this draft post, okay, and then user have option to select that one of them in order to schedule it. So that's the idea behind adding the or scheduling the post inside the content calendar instead of creating a new one. Obviously, if user want to create a new one, and once it is implemented, let's accept all of the change and let's test this out. So right now if I click on this add post, over here if you see, now it opened the which of the draft post you want to select, then select the anyone which you think it's better, and here you will see the post description, option to schedule the date. Obviously it's disabled because you are scheduling for that particular day, and but here you have option to select the date or the time as well. And once you say confirm and schedule the post, it will schedule the post successfully, and boom, if you see, now the post is scheduled. If you try to post again, now that draft post is no longer valid. Pretty cool, right? And that's how you can schedule the post from the existing one. Now one more important thing, right now if I click on any of this, right, it's not opening that particular post, right? And if user don't want to schedule the post, or if user want to move this post to some other date, then we want to give an edit functionality option. So let's implement it. So over here we'll say on click on existing schedule post from calendar day block, then open post detail info inside the dialog and add an option to edit the time and date as well if it's not already posted. Okay, so that's what we want. So on the click of it, it will open a dialog, and then user have option. If user want to move to some other day, he can just change the date and then it will update it. So let's send this and then we'll wait for this implementation. But I hope you understand it. Also, I want to show that it moved to the previous month or next month as well. Okay, so you can switch between the months and then you will see all the scheduled posts for that particular month day by day. And right now we pause the video for this implementation, and then once it is implemented, then we'll walk through the complete result. And if you see, it is now implemented. So we'll go back and let's test this out. For example, I want to schedule this post. So I open this post and here we have the post description, schedule date, and I can move this date to some other, and let's say update schedule. Once it's updated, you will see it will go from the other date which you updated with a new date. But when I click on it, it's not showing me the post. So over here we'll add make sure to show post image when user select the existing post, because it is important to show what post it is, right? So the post image is important. That's what we ask the small change to this AI agent. And once it is implemented, you can just check it out. So I will go to this, and then if I click, you will see the post. Perfect. You can move this post on the left side. I think that also you can add it, but for now I think I'm happy with it, or let's update it quickly. show the post image on left side inside dialog and content slash form data on right side. So basically we want on the left and the other things on the right, similar the way this particular one is designed, right? So if I select it, you have option to add description and all of the information. So hopefully it will make that change, and I don't know, oh yeah, now it's good. See, perfect, right? So that's what I was looking for. So here on the left side we have the post, the description information and option to schedule it as well. So that's how guys you have to schedule the schedule post. You have to show it inside your calendar, where you also have option to add a new or schedule a new post, and all the details now available under this calendar section. If you have any question, any doubt until this point, let me know in the comment section. Now let's implement an actual logic to schedule your post across a different social media platform. And you don't need to use any third-party service to schedule your post or run any cron job, because Zernio will also provide you to schedule the post API endpoint. You just need to add the time and date when you want to post on a social media platform while creating a Zernio post option, right? So it's very straightforward, and that's what we are going to implement. So basically for scheduling post, whenever user click on schedule post, we need to automatically create this schedule post or initialization, maybe we can say. And in order to upload the media file, here you have media file upload logic, that also you can do it. So what we'll do, we first will go back to the Google Anti-Gravity, and inside that, inside the new tab, we'll start a new conversation, and here we'll say, now make sure whenever user schedule any post across the app, then simply use Zernio API endpoint to schedule the post. Make sure to schedule image URL post along with captions slash description for all social media platform for which platform mentioned for that post. Okay, and then we'll go back over here. First we'll go to the quick start, copy this, or we can, instead of copy, you can just simply copy the schedule post logic, and here as well I'm going to add it. You can also add this publish post immediately logic, okay, if user want to publish the post, and then we are simply post it here. Also I will copy this media upload example, because this is very important, how to upload the media, some limitation, because for example Twitter has only maximum 4 images to upload, Instagram has a 10, likewise, right? So I will copy this all the document for the AI and will paste it here and simply send it. Now our AI agent will create an implementation plan in order to implement this Zernio API to schedule your post across a different social media platform with just one API endpoint. Quite cool, right? And that's why I will definitely suggest you to build such kind of big SaaS application, use Zernio API endpoint, and the promo code is also written inside the description. So go ahead and check it out. So we'll wait for this complete implementation plan, and then we will test the final result. And if you see, the implementation plan is now ready. Now here are some proposed changes. So first it will update, or it will add the post object with the create post method to the Zernio export, and this is the code for that one. And then it will add some more logic to schedule the post using a Zernio, right? So you don't need to worry about anything right now. Let's proceed with this plan, and then you can see the manual verification whether it will working or not. Okay, so we'll wait for the final implementation result. And once it is implemented, we'll accept all of this change, and then we'll go back over here. Maybe for the existing one, I'm not sure whether it really schedule it or not, but you can add an option to schedule for the existing one. Let's say for this one I want to schedule it for today, and they will mention some specific time. Let's say 10:33, and let's say update schedule. Now right now if you see, still loading, and now it's scheduled, okay, that specific time. Now in order to check whether it's really scheduled or not, you can check it from the Zernio dashboard as well, but I don't see anything which is scheduled, okay. And inside the overview, okay, it's scheduled, and if you see it also schedule, you can see the schedule post inside the Zernio dashboard as well for the confirmation. And not only that, but I just checked this out, and over here that post is also now posted directly and with automatically direct on the on my Instagram account, okay. So that's how easy it is. Obviously I don't want to keep this post, so I will delete it, but you understand how you schedule and how to schedule this post and publish it on your social media platform, okay. And same thing, obviously tomorrow it will post all of these posts one by one at that specific time. So that's all for this particular chapter. Make sure with the Zernio you have to add this schedule post logic, okay. So you don't need to use any third party scheduler services. With the Zernio you can directly schedule the post on the specific platform. So we pretty much completed all the functionality, and one more important thing, the UI of this particular application is quite interesting, quite interactive as well, and obviously whoever user come to our app, he will enjoy by creating the influencer AI model and start creating his own Instagram page as well, okay. So until this point, if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Now in order to complete our application, we need to add a pricing or payment gateway, and I already create this pricing model for our application. Inside this pricing model there are three different pricing model, where first one is a free model for all the users who can join it, and he will get 300 credits. Then in order to generate an AI influencer model, it will deduct 50 credits, and in order to generate a new post, it will just deduct 20 credits. Then that free user can connect only one social account and can schedule up to 5 posts at a one time. But if user want to go to the next level, which is a standard plan, which contain a 2000 credits per month, obviously user will get that in order to create an AI model, a new post, and can connect up to 5 social media accounts, and obviously he can schedule unlimited schedules post. And the last, which is the pro, obviously in that one user will get 10,000 credit per month with a 50 credits for the will deduct from the for the AI model to create, 20 for the creating a post, and he can connect unlimited accounts and he can schedule unlimited post, okay. So this is best for the user who want to try the app. This is the best for the creator or small team, which is a standard plan, and for pro plan for the power user or agencies, okay. So this model, this particular table is available inside the eraser doc, so you can check it out. I also added inside this copy paste table structure so that you can directly paste inside your AI agent. Now in order to integrate the payment gateway, we are going to use a Stripe payment gateway. Stripe is very popular payment gateway throughout the globe. So it is free to create a new account, okay, and you can use their sandbox mode as well for the testing purpose. Also very easy to integrate, and for the SaaS application like this, Stripe is a perfect payment gateway. But if you are from India and you want to use like Razorpay or any other payment gateway, just inform an AI agent to integrate it. But Stripe is quite popular, so you don't need to tell AI agent any specific or pass any specific documentation, AI agent will automatically start implementing. So first we'll write over here. So we'll say now under settings slash, or we'll say under settings option, add option to manage payment, and also add pricing model so that user can subscribe to pricing model, and here are details. And once you copy paste it, then it will automatically have all the details. Use Stripe payment gateway, automatically pass subscription pricing amount instead of creating plan inside Stripe. So instead of creating a product or plan ID inside the Stripe account, you can also control, or you can directly add whatever the amount you want to add. Okay, so it will be good if in future if you want to update anything, right? This will help you. And then once you add that automatically pass subscription pricing model instead of creating plan inside Stripe. After successful payment, make sure to add credits to user account. Okay, and then hit enter. Now with this all the basic detail, AI agent will come with the implementation plan to implement it. Now interesting thing about this, that we gave all proper pricing model, so AI will automatically understand, and wherever required it will update the credit deduction as well, because at both of the place we have this logic written to create to deduct the credits, but it will also fix it if it is missing from somewhere. And now we have the implementation plan. So if you go through this user review required section, that it will mention properly that you will need to provide a Stripe secret key, publisher key, and webhook secret in your environment variable. The application will create a checkout session in a Stripe with the pricing data, meaning we define the subscription prices directly in the code rather than creating a pricing object in your Stripe dashboard. And please confirm if you have Stripe account ready. And then we have the credit balance and deduction logic specified below. So these are some of the things which is going to mention. So here we have to, so this Supabase setup we have to update, or the SQL query we have to run, and then I think that's all we need to do. But for now I think we'll proceed with this implementation plan, and then we'll wait for the final implementation.
A few moments later.
And once it is implemented, you can accept all of this change. Now from the Supabase setup SQL, right, either you can run all the query as it is, or you can just copy this column profile, the new column for the profile. So I will copy that, we'll go to the Supabase, and inside that we'll execute this query. Okay, so it will add those column. After that you have to go to this walkthrough, and most important thing that you need to add is the Stripe secret key and the client key. So here is the detail, so I will copy that, and inside our .env file we'll paste it here. Also we need a webhook secret key, so that also I'm going to tell you how to get it, and the Stripe public key. Okay, right now we are in the development mode, but Stripe sandbox and the actual production mode is quite similar. If you don't have an account, make sure to create a new account and simply sign in to the Stripe dashboard. So from this dashboard, go to your account, and here you can switch to the test mode. Okay, you can create your own sandbox environment as well if you already have created already, right? So inside this you can go to the developers and then click on API keys. From there you can get the publisher key and the secret key. Now this is just for the sandbox mode. Okay, so I will copy this publisher key and the secret key as well. And in order to generate a webhook secret key, right, you have to go to the developer, go to the webhook, and after the production you can add a destination here. Obviously you have to add an API webhook URL. So at the top, maybe after later on you can add it. So once you select the correct subscription events, right, and then click continue. After click continue, you have to add webhook endpoint, click continue, and then you have to add the URL over here, whichever URL you have. Currently we are on the local mode, so localhost will not work until and unless you have to use ngrok to connect your local with some tunneling or routing. Okay, but right now we'll skip this part. But once you add the secret and the publisher key, you can test this out. So let's go to the setting, and inside the setting you will see current status that we have the free plan. These particular credits I added manually from the database, but if you want to subscribe to any plan, just click on it and then it will navigate to the Stripe payment gateway. So right now if you see, it select the amount, it added all the details, and then you have option to make a payment. Now it also has the testing card. So those testing card you can find on the, you can just search Stripe test cards, and there in the documentation you will find the test card. If you scroll down, you can select whichever the test card you want in order to test this out. Okay, and then once you make the payment and when your webhook is set up correctly, then you will see your plan will get activated, and then you will have the 200 extra credits in your account. And obviously it also updated all the logic everywhere. When you create a new model or when you create a new post, everywhere it updates the credit deduction logic as well, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so that's how you have to add a pricing table and pricing subscription model inside your app. If you have any question, any doubt until this point, let me know in the comment section.